So Pam Kirby hanging out on 100.3 The Bear. It's Bell Let's Talk Day. Really important stuff that's going on, and it's all regarding mental health. And in studio with me, I've got Kelly Jenny. She is a student in her second year of her master's program, getting her counseling psychology degree, right?
Yes, that's correct. I'm at City University right now.
Okay, and what made you follow this career path?
Well, I've been working in human services for quite a few years. I've been working in the industry, working with individuals with developmental disabilities. So I'm working with people with everything from things like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, autism, a bunch of different disorders, and just seeing a real need for more services out there and more people to work with this population, really.
And you want to be the one to help, obviously.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea. Definitely going in that direction. I just feel like there's kind of a gap in services in a lot of places, and I see some people are able to access services, some aren't. There's a lot of specialized things going on out there, as well as a lot of generalized things, and I think that there's just some areas that are really lacking that I could help fill those gaps in.
Okay, and let me guess, people would naturally gravitate toward you and probably tell you things.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about me, but people just want to share their secrets, so I thought, why not use this? I have a passion for it, and people seem to want to tell me their story.
Okay, awesome, yeah. So what is it about, because there is a stigma surrounding mental illness. Can you explain that for me?
Absolutely. So I think the stigma comes a lot, has a lot to do with language and the language that people use. So people are using language, saying things like, oh, my girlfriend's so OCD, or he's so crazy, or that's so gay. Using language like that is really quite offensive.
Well, and that's so common. Like, I'll get off the bus or get off transit and you'll hear buddies, punching each other in the shoulder saying, oh, you're so crazy, you're so dumb, you're so stupid.
Not thinking anything of it, right? And I'm sure people saying that don't have the intent and don't have the malicious meaning that it actually carries. But really, someone who's going through mental illness, that's not okay for them. Someone's already feeling like they're isolated and they're alone and they're really suffering. And then they hear people saying things like that and it just makes it worse for them.
So it's like a retraction. It's like a turtle being like poking its head out and then it's like, nope, not going out there.
Absolutely. So it just adds to them feeling shame, feeling stigma, and feeling like it's not okay to be who they are in the world.
Okay, so how can we put a stop to this? As best we can, as individuals, what can we do?
I think definitely just start by changing the narrative. So let's take away the negative connotation that comes with the things that we're saying, and let's put a positive spin on it to start with. Let's start being really inclusive, and biggest thing, number one, just be there for each other.
Right.
Be there to listen.
So make time for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like it's so busy these days and it's so hard. Like, what if someone's feeling like they're a burden? How should they go and reach out? Like, what happens then? If they feel like they're a burden and they don't want to talk to anything, what are signs that we see as individuals? What are signs that we see as people on the outside looking in? How do we approach people like that?
I think if it's someone that you know, definitely you're going to start to notice those things. So some people might start to withdraw, not want to be around you as much, start maybe getting quieter.
Calling in sick for work?
Yeah, absolutely. Not coming out to the regular Friday night dinners that you guys used to have. Just any kind of change in behavior from what is the typical. That's with people that you know. Obviously, if you're going to see signs in people that you don't know that are strangers, it might be a little bit more obvious. But people that you know, that's the number one that you can watch out for, because it's the community that you create around you that's going to notice first, right?
Okay, yeah, no, that is really important. Kelly Jenny, you made the time for us. I need to know, is there any final thoughts for you?
I think just making sure that we're all showing each other a little bit more compassion and making sure that we're all being a little bit more aware of one another in the world. So whether that means keeping your head up when you're walking and not looking at your phone so much, or if you are buried in your phone like we all are these days, maybe just watching out for one another on there. What are people posting? Is there something that you should be checking out and looking into?
Okay, sounds good. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
A wealth of knowledge, and I think we can all take a little bit of something from it, because it's really a stigma, and this is just all a part breaking it down, is starting the conversation. That's why we do Bell Let's Talk Day. And again, thanks so much, absolutely everyone. If you want to go on Facebook, if you want to go on Twitter, Snapchat, geofilters, you name it, if you use those, 5 cents goes back to Canadian mental health. So remember that as you're doing social media and doing your thing today.